Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper and I'm going to be talking a little bit about a simple like $5 improvement you can make to growing some of your vining plants that really made a huge difference for us, and I'm really blessed with it, and it's going to last probably for decades, which is a great investment, especially for the price. So over the winter we put in 5 of these raised beds. They're just a rock raised bed. They've got a little rock walkway up to our poultry area. And then we have cattle panels, like $20 cattle panels over each one. So here we've got some different beans growing up there. Up over here, we've got the passion flowers. Absolutely beautiful things, passion flowers, and they're already making passion fruit. So these guys are doing great. But one thing I did a while ago is, as these ojo de cabras, our goat-eye beans, were starting to grow up, I took a piece of metal I had and I made a big extra bend. If we look on the back side of here, I'll show you one that's not very covered first. I pretty much just did the same thing over and over again with some free sources I had. So we had some chain link fence that we took down from a business, and I just ran it between some T-posts across the back of each of those raised beds so that I could grow something up the back. You grow something tall in front of it like some corn or some sunflowers, and then in front of that you could plant your squashes or different lower things. But I realized if I took this, here's a thing of metal, and bent it around from T-post to T-post across that whole area, and then just put a couple of wires across the middle there, those vining plants would be able to grow up that whole thing. So here we got these ojo de cabras. It's kind of going to be a pole bean, but we're going to save it for a dried bean. Now they get an extra 3 feet of growth. They got all that extra area. And I was trying to figure out, because I got some extra rebar. Well, I've got extra rebar laying around because I haven't used it yet for our root cellar build. But as I was looking at this one here, we've got quite an amount of these mosaic long beans. This one's already going to seed, so we didn't pick it. Here's a bunch of baby ones coming in. We just had a wonderful salad and stir fry with some friends. Came out here, gave them a garden tour, harvested a bunch of it, and then made a stir fry with our first snake gourd of the year that was so tasty, and some noodle beans, some mosaic long beans, and other stuff. But here we've got these mosaics growing up the back of here. We've also got more passion flowers, passion fruit, and they were maxing out here, but they were already getting an extra like 2 feet or something, or 3 feet hanging off where they didn't have anywhere to go. So I decided to take one of my 3/8 inch rebars, that's 20-foot rebar, and just take it across there from one T-post all the way across to the other T-post, and then just run some wires back and forth. So most of them kind of spiral out from the middle. They kind of just spread out like this, and then I do have a couple that come down and back up. And I kind of got them started 2 days ago, and I kind of put them up there, but now they're almost to the top. A number of those are within 6, 7, 8 inches from the top, and they're about to fill in a whole blanket kind of canopy. The cool thing is these passion fruit will produce for months, and they'll just keep going. This will give you a better look. The top of that and those wires, and you can even see the other wire heading that way. And they're about to hit the top. The passion fruits are going to go for months, and these guys will as well. It seems our noodle beans and our long beans usually go about 3 or 4 months. And these guys will have to be about twice as long and twice as fat to actually harvest for us. So this will be a wall of food forever. And if you notice here, they kind of get 2 beans, and then they get 2 more flowers, and they make 2 more beans, and they just kind of keep going. So at a young stage, they kind of look like little, here we go, like a little bow tie almost. And yeah, this is just going to crank out food for months to come. And now it's got all that extra height that it can go on as well. So the cool thing is, for less than $5, I can get a 3/4 inch 20-foot rebar, or sorry, 3/8 inch rebar. Now when I tied up the chain link fence to here, I already wrapped some wire around, and I also wired this to it. So it had wire that I could just shove that rebar down into. And I may secure it better, but right now, I mean, this rebar goes all the way down to the bottom. If I find that this is not enough, I wanted something I could just still harvest. So this is about as high as I can reach. I thought that'd be a good height. But yeah, for $5 to get all that extra added growth, I almost doubled it, because from the ground to there is roughly 4 feet. From there to there is just over 3. So I almost doubled the amount that I could be growing here as far as height, and really maximized my potential. Here in the Ozarks, a lot of the soil is just rock and clay anyway. We call that soil around here. So we don't have a lot of really good growing medium. So raised beds are an incredible way to go, and I can get all this lush, vibrant food growing in front of it because it's all soil that I've built up. Same thing here. Just get all that stuff growing in front of it. And then, like I said, to me, if I can grow food across this entire pathway through here, not only is it an attractive presentation as I head up these rocks into my duck pen or over there into the chicken pen, but I can grow in this entire walkway then too, where we've got food here, we've got food all the way over the top, got food here, a wall of food in the back. It's just, it works out very well for us. Like I said, it's an attractive presentation. Got a feed storage project I'm working on over there in the middle. But it makes it look neat, makes it look interesting. We definitely appreciate it. And now, not only with these cattle panel trellises, but to be able to add to that back wall and just have a much bigger, wonderful presentation of you know, edible food. So to me as well, these guys are a rather attractive flower with these passion fruits, and there's plenty of other things you can grow. They make these wonderful big old green egg looking things, but you know, some people just grow these as an ornamental. I didn't even realize they were edible or useful at first when I was first introduced to them, but now I know. If I got tons of these guys hanging, incredibly delicious. We call them the fruit snacks of the forest. I mean, look, there's 3 more right there, another flower on its way out, another one on its way in. So if I get a whole back wall of just pink beans hanging down and beautiful passion fruit flowers and stuff like that, to me that's absolutely wonderful. These sunflowers here are still young. They'll get up in front of there too, but a simple way to take something we're already working on, take something we're already dealing with, and with just a small amount of investment. You know, this rebar is kind of like a T-post where it's not really going anywhere. It's going to last for years to come. This wire isn't exactly too, you know, extraordinary. It's probably 20 gauge, but it'll last for some years too. And with just a tiny bit of effort, a tiny bit of investment to increase my potential for harvest that much, I like to get the most bang for my buck. I like to get the most food out of my garden. We have a good growing family to feed anyway. So it's just an easy way for me to add to my potential, and we absolutely love it. Hopefully that's some good food for thought for you guys, something you may want to think into. A lot of people don't really think about using rebar necessarily in their garden, but for me it makes a lot of sense, and I'm going to go pick up some more because I want one on the back of every one of these, and I'm going to redo part of my grape area up in the main garden too. So this one is one that the kids grew. They've got beans coming up behind this corn. I want one there. I want one down there. We've got more mosaic long beans going, and we got some Fort Portal jade beans over there. You know, we want those to be able to run and to vine out, and then a whole trellis full of passion fruit over there too, just to cover it, just have it be a wall of a good, healthy, natural, rich, organic food to feed our family and to really bless us throughout the day as it joins us at the dinner table. All right, I'll see you next time. Baba out.